Hello, and let me take this thing out of my ear. All right, here we go. Hello, and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. I wonder if this is up a little bit too high. So, I don't see anybody in here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and carry on. So, um, yeah, hello and welcome. Welcome in. Um, so this is a little bit or a whole lot different of I'm sorry, a whole lot different of a live than what I normally do. You know what? I don't know if I need to set those restrictions like I did last time. But anyway, so I'm in the kitchen. Okay, if you're in here, this is different and I can't really see what's going on like on StreamYard. So if you will, just start chatting because I can't. It's different than StreamYard. Um, but y'all, so I was cooking, right? I was cooking. First I was at work, then I was on the way home, then I was cooking dinner. I done did some of everything while I listened to Fran and Nyla's live stream. So first, who did I start out listening to? So I got a little minute. I might have been on lunch break. I don't know. But I clicked in. Hello, if you're just coming in. Hello, hello, and welcome to the channel today. Okay, so I started I started getting the news about what was going on in court. I don't know, sometime maybe around 2 o'clock Central Time or something like that. So I'm listening to Fran first, I think. Fran at Real Talk Bougie. So I was listening to, a little bit later, I was listening to Dennis. I went over to Dennis's channel, saw him filming in court. I think that's what happened. Real Talk Bougie or Fran was ending, and I was getting some news about what was happening. So then I was like, okay, I saw Dennis live from the court. So I'm like, okay, let me listen to what Dennis is saying. And then I think I went out and came back in, and then it was not, Fran had gone over to, is it Nylala now? Nylala? I don't know what the name of the channel now, but Grown Woman Vibes or Nyla. So Fran had gone over to Nyla's channel. So I'm listening to everything that was going on in court. Actually, at my desk at work, I heard what was going on in court. So I'm listening to it and I'm like, what? Like how did we get here, right? How did we get to the point to where this attorney is sitting up here saying that this set of bloggers released victim information? Now, I don't know about all of them, but I do know that that Fran and Nyla have not disclosed any victim information. They are so careful every time they are dealing with those documents to not release any, I don't know, sensitive information about certain people, especially my daughter. Go away, y'all. Especially from the victims list, right? So I'm like, how did that information get turned around? Because people have released that information, but it has not been them. So how did that get twisted up? And then I don't know, it was just, I don't know, it was just overwhelming. It was overwhelming to me. And then so anyway, I finally had a chance to sit down, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and see what Pam is saying, because I was sure that she had perspective on it or something. I didn't know she actually had somebody in the court. So I was listening to everything all over again because I wasn't having to dip in and out. And I was listening to Pam, I can't even, I'm really upset. I can't even think. Pam Esquire, the law intellect. So I'm listening to Pam Esquire, the law intellect, not her, but she was playing the court proceedings. And I'm just listening to how this man is laying this out. And I'm just so upset. I'm so upset because it's everything he was saying about them. I don't know. I feel like it's not true. He's lying. I feel like if he is getting his information from somebody else, I don't know why I'm getting all these alerts coming in just when I don't want to see them. If he's getting his information from somebody else, how are you a lawyer and you're that irresponsible that you would get this information from somebody and take it for face value and then sit up here and call these people by their whole entire name, like with your chest, with the complete spelling of their name over? I mean, I don't know. When I heard it that second time, it just made me livid. It just made me livid. Like, I'm literally shaking, and it's just so upsetting that, hey, Texas Toy, thank you for coming in. I think he's just a slimy lawyer. I'm floored. I'm floored. How can you? And you know what? I mean, I think as upset as I am, I think I'm gonna have to write somebody, because, you know, I've been a witness and a commentator to pretty much all of this content, pretty much. If I haven't been commentating on it. Now, what I haven't done is gotten documents and, you know, myself. I haven't pulled documents myself, but I have, who did I get? I got Chronicle Speaks. I got the whole Rico from her. I've gotten some documents and read them out that had already been put out by somebody else. But as far as getting documents and, you know, all of that, I haven't done that. If it's supposed to have been redacted, you know, it's already been redacted by the time I get it and all that. But I have pretty much been a witness to the larger bloggers in this content. Almost, I mean, of course, you can't look at everybody's content all the time, but I mean, I've almost looked at everybody's content at one point in time or another, especially like the bulk of the body of work, right? And it's just like, how in the world can he sit there and be this irresponsible? Whatever it is that he was looking at, whoever he was paying attention to, he wasn't looking at the real information. He had to have been listening to somebody, and the things that I'm thinking are just, it's just so ugly. But I'm just thinking, like, it's like it's up. Like, it has to be that something, there has to be some reason. And yeah, I agree. He is slimy, but I don't think it's just slimy. I think I think that there's some other motivations behind it. I mean, because it's so irresponsible. Especially when somebody, they might not want to prove up what he said, but especially if it can be proven up, like why would you be that reckless with your license and your license number from the state when somebody can pull all sorts of videos and show you what they've been, open it up and say, here, you look at it yourself, all these hours and hours of content. I have not disclosed any of this information, but I can show you who has. I could definitely show you who has. And it's not even private information in the first place. So for him to go in there and try to make these points out of not a point, it's just wild. Hi, Michael Young says most lawyers are slimy. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just like, that was just, and to include people that aren't even a part of the case, like, why are we doing this? That's where I'm at. I'm like, why are you doing this? Because I'm not of the belief that you're just doing this because, you don't care. You'll fight dirty any kind of way. I believe that he has some motivation behind what he's doing. Okay, mudslinging works. Well, what happens when a barrage of people send in complaints about you to the bar? What happens when that happens? Because, I don't know. I mean, is he ready for that type of smoke? For, people to send in all sorts of and types of complaints to the bar association, or like what happens when that happens? When, yeah, maybe you are slimy and you're used to just saying whatever you say, and you are a lawyer and you're counting on people not being able to get a lawyer and fight you back. But, what about when people go to the people that employ you and the people that hold your licensing? But, what happens when that happens? Let me see. What message is this? Y'all, that's just so upsetting. But anyway, okay. Oh, look at YouTube working, holding back the let's see, what kind of comment is that? Indecent. Okay, there are so many complaints against lawyers, they cannot get to them all. Okay, well, I don't know about that. I've never had to do that, but I'm willing to sit down to the computer for this one, because it's just, that's really, really like to bring in people that aren't even that aren't even a part of anything. And then, like Will Wooten was saying, we have not put a gag on cases where they were on the main news stations. They were on CNN and, all different types of major platforms, and we haven't put a gag on them. And, this is just, the scope is so much less. It's just totally ridiculous. Yeah, it may look like it's a lot of views, but it's nothing in comparison to what the world news gets. Things that are, airing all the time on all of the major platforms is nothing compared to that. Nobody even, I won't say nobody cares, but I've been saying this since the beginning. Only people that are acquainted with Steve Harvey through, I'm gonna say the morning show, probably not even people that are acquainted with him through his TV stuff, people that are acquainted with him through his comedy stuff. It's only people that have ever really had dealings with listening to his morning show that even give a flip about this. I mean, and you know, it's a good enough amount of people for them to make money on the morning show, but it's nothing in comparison to all of the people that are in the United States viewing content. It's nothing. Let's see. I know many lawyers, ones in the bar. It has got so political. My friend retired and moved out of California. Oh, you mean the lawyers that are in the like bar association? Well, I don't know. I mean, I hear you and I'm listening. I just think that's just really what to me it says. I wanted to, I want to make somebody happy in surrounding this situation, and I really can't help but to think of anybody but of anyone but Sonya, because yeah, he's Nesto's lawyer and he's supposed to do something for him, but is that the best you could do out of all of the things that he really has to fight? Is this really the best that you can do? Because this, he's supposed to be a smart man. He's supposed to, I'm not a lawyer. He's supposed to be smart, and he's supposed to understand when he sees those views, what that's really worth in the grand scheme of things. So, to shut down a few bloggers, what is that going to do? And at this point, really, what is it going to do? because everything has been said and done. Pretty much everything is out here. If anybody wants to find it, I don't really know. Of course, they didn't win the gag order. I did not like the fact that the judge said, if you find something else that you want to bring to show me and put in another motion, I'll consider it, or however he put that. I didn't like that, because he gave you, he put the motion in, he gave you his argument. So, why are we giving him like another little tip as to how to come another way? I don't know. I kind of felt like that was, I don't know, strange. I don't go to court, so I didn't really understand everything that was going on. But I also thought, okay, if you're going to hear those other motions, why did we not finish? And why did he not rule on what he heard? He didn't even say, okay, we're coming back this time, this date. Let's set this for the end. He just heard them, and then he was like, okay, well, see y'all later, bye. I didn't understand that, but thank God I don't have to go to deal with legal issues. So thank God, I'm happy for that part. But yeah, that was really, really troubling, that you can just drag some people in that essentially don't have anything to do with this man's case. And the other part that just gives me, it's just that I've always thought this, and I don't know why people can't just tell the truth and just separate it out. Sonya, Bony Ponytail, right? Sonya cares about the fact that people talk about her and make fun of her at every turn, okay? That's what she cares about. This woman is trying to shut people down from talking about her and making fun of her and making a mockery out of everything that she does, and making it to where she can't, chillax with her man or whatever it is that she's trying to do. That's what she cares about. She doesn't care about him and his cases and all that type of stuff. And what, because people are not, we don't have any control over what's going on with his cases. What his stuff is, it is what it is. A lot of it we didn't even know until they brought the RICO, or I didn't even know about all these vehicles and checks, and you going and saying you buying somebody's vehicle allegedly. Let's not forget to throw that in. But the allegations alleged in many cases he was going, saying he was purchasing something from somebody, giving them a form of payment that was not backed, and never, to be seen again with their property that he did not complete payment for. So what in the world? Anyway, let me see. I see this comment. Okay. This happens all the time in court. Judge did not like his supporting arguments and proof. They need to dig deeper into the old court judgment to support his case. Okay, this happens all the time in court. Judge did not like his supporting argument. Are you talking about for the one that they did, that he didn't rule on? He just had them, he had everybody state their argument, and then he just didn't say what he was gonna rule one way or the other. They need to dig deeper into the old court judgments to support his case. Okay. So I think, Michael, you're talking about the one where, yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering, like, why is he hearing them? He's hearing what they're, I don't know if he has to go back and validate what they're saying, because, having to look into case law and different cases that they're citing and make sure he's given a proper ruling. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I really think that that's horrible, that you can just bring some people in that don't have anything to do with the case. You're going off of this woman that it's not like she really cares that people, he's not getting a fair, how is he not getting a fair, I don't know, whatever you call it, he's not getting a fair case, right? How is that, when all of this information that people bring out and talk about is public information? To me, you need to go and fight with the criminal justice system, because the criminal justice system actually says that this is public information. Y'all can pull it out and read it if you want to. So when you pull it out and read it, or when you request it and open it up and listen to it, now all of a sudden, this is a problem that these people are doing this. Well, you got a problem with the criminal justice system. You need to be down in, you need to be in politics, or you need to be lobbying somewhere, getting some laws changed or something. But right now, this is the current law, that the criminal court system is open. It's open. Anybody can see it. If you have the right information to plug in, you can extract whatever information it is that you are trying to get about somebody. It's public. It's open. That Freedom of Information Act that allows people to be able to get those phone calls, those video visits, those text messages, I don't know, maybe even handwritten mail. I haven't seen that, but it could be possible. If the current law says that this is what people have access to, that's what people have access to. So you not wanting people to have access to it and to be able to open it up and look at it when the law says it's yours, look at it, pin it up. We don't care what you do with it because it's public information. That's a problem with the criminal justice system. So for the lawyer to then double back and try to uphold this ridiculous argument, I don't know, it's just, it's making me feel like the Twilight Zone or something. Like it's, and all because this cheating woman, let's just leave it at that. This woman who's perfectly willing to cheat with another woman's husband wants everybody to stop talking about her because it's not for Nesto. It's not. It is not for Nesto. She doesn't really care about that because nobody is even able to. I haven't heard anybody making up anything on this man. Nobody is making up anything on him. People are looking at what's public. You don't want it to be public. Go fight with the people that said it's okay for it to be public. And for the lawyer to be fighting against the criminal justice system that said that it's public and it can be public, and that's asinine. I don't get it. I don't understand. But thank you for chatting, Michael. Let's see what you're saying. Okay, criminal and civil are totally different. All court papers are public documents unless sealed to protect kids or national security. Amen to that. Yeah, if I can get online or I don't know, go downtown or wherever it is that you go to get whatever you need. If I can say this person's name, in most cases, if you can say the person's name, their nationality, their date of birth, I think that's about it. You have to have like a first and last name. I know that's all I've ever needed whenever you think, oh my gosh, is this person in jail? Let's call let's call downtown. And if you have their name, their date of birth, and their nationality, they spit the information out. Oh yeah, they're here or they're not here. So, I mean, this is, I don't know, that's a totally different fight. And for you to be able to rope in an attorney to fight that silly fight with you, and all based on what someone has told him. And I know that someone had to have told him this is not something that he knows for himself, because what he's talking about is non-existent. He's just sitting up there saying stuff about people that they didn't even do. You have not been looking at this content. You've not gone through, it's just it's not true. You've listened to somebody that convinced you. My question is, what is the motivation for you wanting to listen to that person and being so convinced that you would take that information into a court of law and spew it out? And yeah. And I mean, with everything within you, spelling out people's whole entire first, middle, and last name, it just is, that's highly upsetting. Highly upsetting. But in my county, you can access all on the internet, all arrests, how is in jail, yeah, etc. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I haven't looked to see if anybody was in jail in a long time, but yeah, I feel like you go to the county, you pop in a name, and if they're there, things come up. All charges. I remember one time I was looking for somebody that I heard went to jail, and they had so many charges. I was like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. You don't even want to see all this stuff. Just, all these charges. I'm like, my gosh, and the charges, they list all the charges out, and you could just imagine how the whole crime went down. From looking at all the, this, and it's like this happened, and then, evading arrest, and then, the crime was this, and then theft of a motor vehicle, and then, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, but it's there. It's there, for the taking. So, oh my God. But anyway, I know I didn't even look to see who else was live. I know it's probably a lot of people live. Let's see. My friend made a date with a lady, and her friends looked him up. She stopped contact because of his arrest record. Yes, that's so good. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too. And that's why I was saying I think it's probably a lot of people live, because people were probably just waiting like me until they had a minute to sit down. I was like, as soon as I get this food cooked, I gotta say what I gotta say. I'm mad about that. But yeah, probably because of the multitude of lives that are going on. I don't know. Let me make sure I'm not blocking the chat or something. Okay, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. I really don't work this like live straight from your phone very well. Okay, that's not it. I don't know what that is. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. That's why it really should be a way to gag order him, because that was very slanderous, what he was saying, because it's the very thing that everybody that does this content tries to stay away from, and that is any type of way bringing a witness to the forefront that needs to stay protected, and just have the best chance at them leading a normal life until they have to go to court and really have to say what they have to say about whatever they're alleging against this man. So no, I don't remember. I know I've tried to kind of like figure out from some of the documents that I've seen who certain people are, just trying to figure it out, but never trying to bring them to the forefront and figure anything out. Let's see. Free speech is a double-sided sword. Yeah. Is that free speech? Like being able to, I guess, and that's like two questions. So is that free speech? And then Is the lawyer under obligation to tell the truth in court? No. I mean, is it like a police interrogation where they might tell you anything just to get you to say whatever they're trying to get you to say? I don't know. I don't know if that is what it is, because I thought that in court and in the presence of a judge, everybody was under an obligation to tell the truth. Now, of course, you might say something in a certain type of a way to bring out a certain response, but I didn't know that lawyers can just lie in court, in the court of law, when everybody is supposed to be, well, somebody is supposed to be sworn to tell the truth. The obligation to your client. Yeah, a mess. I know that was a mess right there. And also that he could say publicly, I think it was just basically to say publicly those bloggers' names. Like, I think, like Sonya has always been bitter about being doxxed. And the funny thing is, how when people won't tell themselves the truth, her name has been in the documents. But once again, you're okay with your phone number being recorded because you're talking to this man. You're okay with your name being in the permanent records because you're on list and everything, talking to this man. But you don't want it to be public when it can be public. I mean, and I get it. Nobody wants to be in that position, but you put yourself in that position. Like, you were okay with being in that position. So it turned around and, it is what it is. I don't know. Hey, Vicky. Ooh, boy, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this attorney and how he did that in court today. It is just, and I mean, part of my frustration is that I feel like it's all based upon Sonya spinning things, and why anybody gives a damn about what she's saying, I don't know. She is a man that was messing around with somebody else's husband, and he happens to be in jail and your client. I mean, why do you care about what she's saying? Why? What is and I feel like, well, why do you care about what she's saying? Is there some personal motivation there? Like, for you to just take what this woman has said and go just lie on people, dox people, and, run ramshod over these people's reputation that you don't even know? What's that all about? Surely you didn't have to take this case, because this is he's a public defender. If you don't want the case, if it's too hard for you, why did you take it? Just leave it to somebody else. What are you doing taking the case if you looked at the case and it's like, oh, it's just, I don't even want to have to try to fight this because it's just been all this and all that behind it. But I don't know, to get there and I don't know. I just feel like he did for Sonya what she's been wanting to do. And why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh, okay. Witnesses swear to God. Okay. So the lawyer, so Michael has been putting us on game. And so I guess you're saying that the witnesses have to swear, the lawyer is not under any particular oath to tell the truth, I guess not even to the judge. And, okay. Texas Toy said, I wish the judge had let Dennis speak. Oh, yeah. Well, the part that I saw, Dennis, well, he was just defending his Rule 22. So he did keep telling the judge when he put it in and that it was in, and the judge was saying, oh, I got it, but I got it late. And Dennis was trying to tell him, well, no, it was in at this time. It was a little funny, but it was a little back and forth, but he eventually said, well, I did sign off on it. And basically, he was telling him, like, I don't like how late you put it in because I didn't really have time to review it like that. And I wish you had put it in earlier. I guess he got it in just under a deadline or something like that. But he said he did remember signing it, and for that, he was just going to let him stay. I don't even think that wasn't really the point with Nesto's attorney. Nesto's attorney didn't care if it was signed off on or not. He just wanted the judge to just discontinue all the Rule 22s. Like, I don't know. Maybe he just wants to look like he's working for Nesto. I don't know what. I don't know what that guy was up to. What was going through his mind? Like, do you just, you don't have a leg to stand on, so do you just try anything? Do you just throw stuff at the wall and hope something sticks? Like, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Talking about another case. He was sitting there talking about in a whole other case where he's not even representing Nesto. So what are you doing there? Okay, you're a lawyer, right? You're a lawyer. You have the right to come into the other court proceeding. So this is the other thing that he ordered, that he argued. So these bloggers misrepresented themselves as media. It was like, you silly, sir. Like, you is really, really, really silly. Because you should know by now, with the internet and social media, by now you don't know that a blogger can be media. If they deem themselves media, like, you don't have to have some type of certification, some type of licensing, a degree in media. You don't have to have that. You can just say, you know what? I'm going to be an onlooker in this situation, and I'm going to report on this. You can read something and report on it, and that's giving, you can use your platform that you can get for free from any of these platforms. You could take your little piece of platform and you can report off of it. He don't know that by now? I don't know. I just felt like his arguments were just asinine, and I don't know, like somebody was pulling him by the ear and he was going willingly. Oh, God. Okay, and then off the top of your head, comments, cause you are drowning. Off. Okay, bingo. And then bloggers can be anyone, anywhere. My 8-year-old niece has a blog and podcast. Okay, I love that. That's cool. I love that for your 8-year-old niece. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Well, so And I mean, and to give that argument that these people aren't media, and you're in a court proceeding that you don't even have anything to do with. Yeah, it's your client in another case, but you claim you're not representing him in this case. So you're just there being an observer. It's weird. It's really, I don't know. It's just really, really weird. I guess, you know what? It just came to me. This is what their defense, this is his defense. Y'all, his defense is getting ready to be that all of this is not, he hasn't been able to get any type of a fair, hearing, trial, whatever he does is not going to be fair. I feel like this is what they're going to try to run the whole case, run his whole stuff off of, is the media attention that it's gotten. It's not fair, let's throw it out. It can't be fair, let's throw it out. I think that's what they're doing. I mean, because otherwise there's no legs to stand on. I mean, if there is, I don't see them. You have all of these people, there's documents that, from where he was purchasing things from people and giving them, and presenting them with a document, right? A check or whatever. So he's presented them with a check. The check had insufficient funds and he didn't return the item. Oh, a whole, RV, a whole vehicle, a whole trailer. Okay, so there's a paper trail, like, for everything. So if his lawyer is to win this case, maybe they're gonna try to get the case thrown out via media attention. We couldn't get a good, he's never going to be able to get a fair trial. Maybe that's his angle. And I don't think that he thinks it's going to work, but I know he knows he needs something. And when he brought that, I don't know if that's a motion too, right? But when he basically challenged Will Wooten's RICO. And then Will Wooten had to break down for him what these racketeering activities thing was all about. That was embarrassing. That was like, it's like you doing something and then like you and this other person do the same thing. Y'all both do brain surgery. Y'all both do, I don't know, whatever else you do. Y'all both do nursing. Y'all both do golfing, whatever it is. And it's like it's a whole arena that y'all are in. Like it's a whole piece that both of them are supposed to be RICO specialists. And this man read him for like filth about that RICO, the activities part. And it was as if he had never heard anything about RICO activities. Like if it wasn't a RICO, whatever the type of RICO is that people normally get, the enterprise thing. And it's like Hoover's whole write-up was about the fact that there was no enterprise. And when Will Wooten came back, he was like, I know it's not an enterprise. I haven't charged him with an enterprise. Didn't nobody say nothing about no enterprise. It's a RICO, I think it's activities. Y'all correct me if y'all know. But whatever, let's just say it's RICO activities. So this is RICO activities. This is not, I never said it was an enterprise. I don't know where you got this from. It's a A. It's a RICO A, it's a RICO B, and it's a RICO C. And you a RICO specialist like me, so one would think that you would know about a RICO C. But in case you don't know, let me give you all of the facts about a RICO C that is written into our penal code, okay? All right, specialist. And it was like, oh my God. Oh my God, he is reading this man in the educated law lingo. Let's see, Michael said, they have to prove him guilty. Of course, they play stupid in court because all the burden is on the prosecution. Well, I think they're up for the challenge. I think they are up for the challenge. And I really, 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 oh, y'all, Diddy's been arrested. Oh my God. What a day. Oh, where's my tablet? I need my tablet. Hold on, y'all. I want to mute the thing so you don't hear me yell for my kid. Did y'all see that? I just got the alert. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my tablet. Y'all, he know he hear me. Oh, God. Where is it? Okay. I'm going to think about where it is, and then I'm going to run and get it, and I'm going to come right back. But before I go get it, I want to know exactly where it is so I can go get it and come right back. Oh, my gosh. Well, Michael, I'm so glad you're here because you have helped me on this day. Can you please give me my tablet?
Were you yelling?
Yes.
I don't have it.
I know it's down here, but I'm on my live stream and I would prefer not to get up and go find it. I think it's on the bed. Thank you so much. This is a lot going on. This is a lot, but I'm glad I have calmed down. I don't know who I was madder at. I don't know if I was, first of all, I feel for Fran. I think like everybody that is involved in this case, like, we all feel like she's our friend, she makes us laugh. We have a lot of fun. We get all of the details and everything, and we're able to sort things out a lot better because we have the document side, and then she comes on every day. I wish I could come on every day, but I'm not able to. So we're all able to keep up on everything. And so for that to happen, and for that lady, Sonia, to get to use this lawyer to like kind of, give her some type of, I don't know, legal public slap or something. I just feel it angers me. It really angers me. And for Nyla as well. I don't listen to plunder. I've seen it. I've seen her show, but I don't subscribe to her channel or anything. I just recently learned about her, and yeah, so it was just that really, really bothered me. But they, you know, he really went in on Fran, and it is just upsetting. Thank you so much. And yeah, because I feel like, you know, whatever, some type of which way, you know, Sonya was able to get through to him so that he could do her that solid, you know, that she been wanting to slap, you know, hit back at somebody. She's, you know, and that's what it's all about with her. And that's what it's all about with her, because Nesto's charges and stuff, they are what they are. People came out and spoke about, people that are not even a part of the cases came out and spoke about different things that he did on their own accord. You know, it is what it is, and we talk about it. We listen to him. You know, I mean, if people find things that you say funny, and the fact that you make up words and, you know, don't seem to have a good grasp of the only language that you know, if they find that funny, then so be it. If people find it funny that, you know, you wear these ponytails all the time, and, you know, you wear space jackets, and, I don't know, you support Nesto. If people find that funny, then, you know, so be it. But that's, to me, that's where her issue lies. It lies in the fact that people run her down on a daily basis for what we hear and see, and people comment on what we hear and see, and that's it. And nobody can make him seem any more guilty than he already seems. He's doing a fantastic job of that all by himself, through the permission of freedom of information. That is a part of our criminal justice system. So that's not it. That's not it. It's all about Sonya. It's all about her wanting to shut people up and shut people down and try to strike back. That's what it's all about. And the fact that this man would get up there and support Sonya, it makes me want to throw up. Okay. Let's see. Michael said, nice to have someone discussing things and not yelling every other word like so many do. I don't know, Michael. But thank you. Let's see. They focused too much on the court of public opinion. They did. Like, I don't know. If you don't want to get off of the calls, first of all, it was just a plethora of calls by the time that they knew that they were going to be coming out on phone calls from prison. She couldn't roll that back in. But why keep going? Why keep going? If it bothers you that much, why keep going? The person that she ought to want to slap, but she won't even reprimand, is Nesto. Like, and really herself. So it all really goes back to her, because she's a super grown woman. Like, you are grown yourself. You got a grown child, and approaching to have probably her granddaughter probably is 18 years old or older by now. So, you know, it's no excuse for you being that irresponsible that you wouldn't at least shut down the whole thing once you figured out, oh, you know what? This friend of mine used to say, this is too much sugar for a dime. I ain't gonna be able to do it. That's your fault. That is your fault, ma'am. You should have shut that down when you found out And you should have just, I don't know what she should have done after then, because like I said, it was already so much information. I don't know, try to ignore it. I don't know. But it's already out there by now, because by then, because you participated, you let this man continuously reel you into the situation, and you went willingly and you kept going. You mad at the wrong people. You're angry at the wrong, you need to be mad at yourself. And her taking out her irresponsibility and frustration on other people is just, I don't know. It's epic. Oh my God. Yep, the court of public opinion. And ain't none of us gonna be on his trial. Ain't none of us gonna be on. Now we might be in the courtroom, but we are not gonna be on the jury. Hey, sunshine, how you doing today? Thank you for coming in. Oh, I'm just venting. I'm so upset about that lawyer. I am so upset. So I feel better. It was just me and Michael and Texas Toy here for a while, so we done talked through it. Let's see. This has turned to a joke. Sad. His attorney was defending absolutely nothing today in court. You could copy that and keep saying that. That is just, I've said a lot of words, but this really says it all. Like, you are defending the defenseless. Like, I don't even know why these words are coming out of your mouth, and you're lying, and you're saying somebody did something that specifically, very specifically, stayed away from all of that type of anything that looked like that. Like, specifically stayed away from all of that type of dealings with witnesses and all of that. And you're putting it on the person that had nothing to do with it, and the person that brought it out is probably the person that told you, more than like 98.9% the person that told you that somebody else did it. If that is not horrendous, I don't know what is. But like, I guess we should expect just horrific behavior from these people. It's really coming out. And I wanted to say something else too. Don't let me forget about another person that used to be on YouTube, and there was a direct correlation, like, inside of me, that I felt like I wanted to say about this. Sonya is just dumb. She loved the attention and being associated with Shirley Strawberry. It is dumb to think that you're gonna get positive attention out of you're going to get positive attention and positive comments and warm, loving feelings out of being somebody that's just out here cheating with somebody else's husband. That she's very dumb. If that's what she thought, and every time somebody has something to say about her lascivious behavior, they're being negative. Oh, really now? Oh, really now? Let's see. Nasty will get baptized, like Dion said. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's like his head is underwater right now, but he's got him a he's got him a good, I don't know, lawyer that's, I feel like they're cut from the same cloth. You know how they like to, say that type of lingo. That's the feeling that I get about this lawyer. Like, oh, okay, y'all are one and the same. He's probably so happy to have this man. He doesn't know what to do. And you know what? People like Nesto, they don't only con the women in their lives, they con everybody. Y'all know how he was doing Dre, and maybe not so much Lamont, because I feel like him and Lamont are like one and the same. But he was certainly conning Dre, all of the different things that he'll say, how he'll try to, I don't know. I don't know how con men con, but I know, I know it when I see it, or con women, or whoever the con artist is. They have a way of doing things where they know how to engage and sort of work themselves in on anybody that's coming in contact with them. They'll do it. So, and then some people think he's got some dark arts he be working, but wonder why them dark arts can't get him out of jail. Oh, no defense. Yes, we can't expect much. Okay, and then Nasty is still a married man. Yep, to another. You better say that again. You better say that again, Micheline. Wow. And knee deep with this predator. Isn't that something? Yeah, Diddy was arrested, and I did get my tablet, so I want to look at it. But isn't that something that you sitting up there with this man that didn't even get to get his divorce signed off on, mostly also due to his own doing, because had he acted like somebody with some sense and went ahead and responded the first time and went ahead and dealt with that divorce, he could have already had it out the way. But she's sitting up there in court with her CFM shoes on. Y'all gonna catch that tomorrow. Sitting up there in court with them shoes on, supporting some other lady's husband. Ooh, now let's see what they got Diddy on. Y'all know Diddy. Y'all know you probably could have bought Diddy for a penny. Because I think he's so arrogant. I think he probably thought he wasn't going to never get arrested. And this is just the first article I see. It says Sean Combs, known as Diddy, was arrested on Monday, according to a person with knowledge of the investigation. He was arrested in the lobby of a hotel in New York City, according to a representative. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, it's Mark Agnifilo, issued a statement saying, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Diddy, he said, is an imperfect person, but is not a criminal." All right, Michael. Michael said these lawyers are slimy. So here's another one. He had nerve enough to say, why did he say he's not a criminal? Like, he's a criminal. Those things were criminal. Okay, so is he still not owning up no, he can't not own up to what he did to Cassie because we saw it on video. So how can you say that he's not a criminal when those beating somebody down is a crime? Okay. Agnifilo. Okay. He said he's an imperfect person but is not criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Oh, so they told him they were going to charge him. So please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. Well, we have a lot of facts already. You know, we saw them and we believed Cassie, and then we saw the proof. Let's see. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide. This is calm. I can't. I can't read this without laughing. Oh my God. Let's see. Because I want to see what y'all said. Okay. Okay, so Chase Toy said, oh, wow, Diddy was arrested. And then, oh, you didn't know? What? Oh, my. Okay, she came in the courtroom like she was going to win something. This one thing I don't understand. This is so trivial. Why don't Sonya go get her hair fixed by somebody else? Like, you done been in all kind of interviews. You've been on Tasha K's platform with more than 1 million subscribers. You've been on other people's shows on interviews. You know that you're being seen on these jail calls. Like, why don't you go let somebody do your hair? Why don't you go let somebody else do your hair? Like, you are not, what you be doing, that's not cool. Why don't you go let somebody else do your hair? Why? I mean, and that is, I can't even, I don't even want to say it another kind of way. I could, but I don't even want to. Like, why don't you go get a professional something? Let's see. Nasty has so many charges. How can you stand by him? I don't think she cares. I don't think she's ever cared. I think, you know, I don't know. I think it's taken me a while to like really draw my conclusion on this, but I think she wants Nesto. Okay, she knows Nesto needs for somebody to believe he's innocent. And she also knows that, you know, he can't just say, yeah, I did it, because she also wants him to get out. But I think in her heart of hearts, or right at the forefront of her being, I don't think, just my opinion, I don't think she really cares about none of these charges. I really don't. I think that she is just that type of way where she wants to give him the gift of being supportive and being that person that is like telling him, you know, yes, I believe you. Yes, I believe in you. Yes, I'm behind you. Yes, I hear what you're saying. Yes, I believe everything you're, because just some of these things that have happened, some of the things he said, some of the things he's done, for her not to, she called him on the one thing, and that was him saying she couldn't afford him and all that. And I don't think she wanted to do that. I think it was just so many people, because she had her own platform at that time, and it was probably just people were bombarding her, and maybe even her own friend was telling her like, oh, you gotta check him some kind of way. I don't even think she wanted to do anything about that. Like, she just wants to tell him everything he wants to hear And I think she knows that he has done things. I put it like that. And I think that she don't care. I think she don't care. I think whatever it was that they were doing, she was so into it that she feels like, oh well. And then with her condition, I don't know, I don't know, because I don't know how, I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. But when I factor everything in and I'm looking at her condition, I'm looking at her quality of life. We don't know what doctors have told her about her expectancy and all that sort of thing. I don't think the woman cares. I think she calloused herself at some point in life. She told herself whatever she told herself about what was possible for her. And then when this thing came back around, double back on her with those shot wounds and everything that it did to her body, I think she just wants what she wants. And I don't think she cares what he did. I think she knows he had to have done a lot of these things. And I don't think she cares. I don't think she cares. I think she, you have to be a pretty selfish person to I don't know, to do that, what she's doing as far as Shirley Strawberry, just, taking him and taking that piece of him and sneaking around behind the wife's back. And I don't know, that whole, energy of one up in somebody. And it's very ugly. It's very dark. It's a very ugly and dark situation anyway. Even when he wasn't arrested, that was a very ugly, dark situation. We've heard all kind of calls where this woman, they've been on road trips. They've been on, whatever, doing whatever they were doing for however many days at a time, and the whole steal away and all. Like, it's very ugly. It's very ugly, and it was very dark when he wasn't even arrested. She don't care. She don't care. She's selfishly trying to get what she is trying to get for her life right now. With her condition, we don't even know what she thinks about how long she will actually be here. And I think she just wants to take hers now. Y'all heard her say the other day she wished she had somebody's man to borrow. Y'all heard her say that when it was raining outside? Let me see. Oh, okay, Make Another Band. Y'all know I didn't really watch Make Another Band. I don't know what I was into at the time that show was on. Some people, I just never did. I never could get into them in the first place. Now, I have liked a lot of the music, the artists that he produced from them, but it's just always been something about Diddy that I don't know. I never was like on the same page with him. And to hear all the men that just watched, I know. It's horrendous. Now he's in jail. He can live out his truth finally. You talking about Diddy? Oh, okay. And then she needs some wigs. That might do it. That might do it. Yep, it works. It works for a lot of the rest of us. Yeah, that might actually do it. But she prides herself on not wearing wigs and weaves. She prides herself on that. Now, I don't know why she thinks a ponytail is an exception, because it's actually worse, because at least most women that wear wigs and weaves now wear human hair, and ponytails are synthetic. So, I don't know. People tell themselves the strangest things. I would much rather have a weave or a wig and look pretty than keep throwing this ponytail on, or keep, styling my hair and it doesn't look very good, just so I can say, oh, well, I don't wear all of that, and my hair is natural. I mean, okay, that's nice, but does it look good? Is it looking nice? Let's see. I don't think people would even think twice about her hair if she didn't brag about it so much. Well, you could be right. You know what? From such a long time ago, she's always sat there, came into those visits. You're right. So she came into the visits talking about her hairstyle, how her hair is. Even before we saw her, she would be telling Nesto how she's doing her hair and showing her nails. So yeah, I think you're right. She definitely did draw attention to it by wanting his validation about it. And which is kind of odd, because like when you do your hair however you do it, you do your nails however you do it, most people are happy with what they have, how they're presenting themselves, and they don't bounce into rooms talking about, see, I did my hair, look at how my hair is. See, I got my nails, look at how my nails are. I mean, even if you're going to a jail visit, you just show up and say hello and start talking. And then they're gonna see your nails because you're gonna be holding the phone. They're gonna see your hair. You're sitting right there in front of them. So yeah, it's always been really odd. And yeah, she always has brought so much attention to it, because it's like she wants some validation every single time for every single thing. Sonya is that person who never knows how to read the room. Man, isn't that the truth? I agree, she loves the attention and she knows he is not coming out. How could he? How could he? And I guess, the YouTubers, I don't know. I feel like her going on Tasha K, I don't know. Y'all, I have some thoughts about these people. Maybe not so much Sonya. I want to read y'all's comment, but I don't want to forget what I was about to say. Let me see. She stays talking about her hair. People in her condition don't really live long. I have wondered that. And when you don't have any type of higher power to call on, count on, think about your eternal situation, what reason do you really have for doing right, doing people right? What reason do you really have? And if you're thinking that you just need to grab for the gusto because you only gonna have a little bit of, anyway. He had her in an RV, all around, wherever they was going. And then, yeah, they've talked some, I really have wanted to, one call yesterday, I think it was, and he was saying all kind of stuff. Yeah, you know how you hopped up on that bed, you hop up there and you look like a teddy bear, and it was just getting real crazy. I think she actually didn't even like when he said that. She seemed a little offended that he was saying that she hopped up on the bed looking like a little teddy bear. And she was like, well, I just have a lot of energy. Oh, she loves borrowing other people's property. Yeah, I want to. And who tells a man that you want to borrow, you need a man to borrow? Uh-oh, Jay-Z next, you think? He was way too close to young people. He had custody of Bieber at 15 years old. Oh, you're talking about Diddy. Yeah. Usher. My ex had like 50 wigs. It was great. Always looked amazing and so different day to day. Hey, I love that you love that. Oh, man. But right, I mean, I would rather look nice than be able to brag. Well, at least this is my real hair. I mean, because we've come to a day and time when, I mean, it's nice if it can be your real hair, but if you can't make your real hair look nice, then it's good to have an extension, a wig, maybe even a ponytail if it looks good. But I've always used ponytails for I don't know, like a real emergency. It's just a real emergency type of hairdo. Maybe I took some braids down, and between getting my next hairstyle, I might, just do a ponytail. But like I said, ponytails are synthetic. They don't really match your hair. They don't really look good for long. And they're more of like in a pinch, get a ponytail for a day or two. Nasty just would make fun of her appearance. He never liked it. I know. Some of them laughs was real laughs. Now, some of them is like go along to get along laugh, but some of them he was really laughing at her. He got 5011 charges. Yep. She needs to go to nutritionist to get on a meal plan. Yep. Yep, because I'm pretty sure, but she bootlegs everything. Some stuff you should not bootleg. Some, like, you're not the final authority on everything, and especially when you're not even an authority on anything. Like, can I get you to go and compartmentalize? Let somebody help you with this. Let somebody help you with that. And you could probably afford a lot of things if she hadn't been affording this man for these last couple of years. Yep. He treated her like the hoe. The hoe that she is. Ponytails for me are styles in between. Yes. Yes. That's exactly. And I don't even think I have one anymore because I started, this is what I started doing. So if I want to make a ponytail and I want, like I made one the other day because I had just done my hair color and we needed to go to this dinner thing, birthday dinner. Yeah. So what I did was I did my blowout and everything and my flat iron, and then I made like a ponytail in the back, but like most of my hair was out around it. And then I used my track hair to wrap around my own ponytail, which my own ponytail would not be terrible, but it wasn't gonna look right for somebody's birthday dinner. So anyway, I took my track hair and I wrapped it and pinned it, and then the rest of my hair I had flat iron, so I pulled it all over the top, and then I blended, I just flat iron blended my hair in with the pent in tracks, and it was a really cute ponytail. I might post it just so the people that are here could see it, but yeah, it was really cute, and it all was blended in, and yeah. um but I wouldn't even wear that because, well, and it's pin in too, so you can really mess up your own hair and make your scalp hurt and stuff by leaving those ponytails in that one spot, kind of pulling at your hair and your scalp in that one area. So I wouldn't even wear that for more than just the day of what I'm doing. But it looks so much better than those ponytails that you buy, and you can have your nice human hair, and it doesn't irritate your skin like synthetic hair. Let's see. Most movie stars have wigs and hair pieces. Yeah, of every color, because it's a look, especially on TV and movies and stuff. Yeah, it's a look that they're going for. And most of the time people can't achieve it with only their own hair. And even if you can, sometimes your own hair won't hold a style. So you might be able to have a certain style, right? But your own hair won't hold that style well enough, especially being on a show where or a movie, and you need to look the same all the time. Like I was doing my little line dance thing, and so my flat iron, because my hair is natural, so my flat iron job just went bad. And I hate to flat iron it every single day, because that's not good for my own hair. So yeah, with the little like sweat around your forehead, my flat iron job went bad. But yeah, you can't make your hair hold the thing. So yeah, they pretty much have to have it, because the curls would be falling, and they wouldn't look right. Let's see, Sonya hair be looking like a middle school girl trying to do her hair for the first time. Not for the first time. I don't understand why she lying about a haircut to nasty. I know. I don't know. They are just it's very strange, but I think what we're looking at, like, it is strange because you don't know these people. Like, you probably don't regularly associate with people that are criminal minded like this. Like, she's criminal minded, but I guess somewhere in life she figured out how she can maneuver around and not go to jail, because she figured out she didn't want to be in jail, but she still has that criminal mind where she doesn't mind it. Do y'all remember this call where was it the calls where they were talking to the twins, the T-Mobile twins or whatever? So they were talking to the twin ladies, and then that whole thing just started going left and sideways and every kind of which way. And when the women got off the phone and Dion got off the phone, and it was just back to her and Nesto, she was like, I know what's going on. I know what time it is. You'd be surprised. I've done some things. I've seen some things. I know. And I just was like, what's she talking about? What is she talking about? I wanted to know what she was, because she's told him she's been in trouble in the past. She's told him that she went to prison. She's told him about that stuff. But what were you talking about that you were relating with those women and that call and all, how like sneaky undertone that call was, and Dion basically just walking all over the top of Sonya's head, like, I don't care if she's on the phone or not. I'm fixing to get you hooked up with these other women that's gonna help you. I mean, it was like, that was a cold-blooded situation. But yeah, I just really wonder, what was she talking about when she kept telling him, I know what's going on. I seen some, you think I ain't seen nothing, but I've been involved in some stuff. I was like, girl, pray tell. Okay, she is an easy read, but I feel, let me see. I know that word, petty. Let me read the rest. What in the world is running through her head? Okay, maybe sorry for her. Yeah, I think what it is, just like when I listen to Wade Wilson's calls when I can stomach it. Like you, if you ever were around somebody like that, you probably wouldn't be anymore. They'd be gone, because they're gonna soon get in trouble. But 9 times out of 10, you're not. These people are not a part of your life, so it does feel very odd because you're not associating with people like this. It's just not happening. And if you came across somebody and you thought they were kind of cool or whatever, and they do something and you'd be like, oh no, oh no, we're not going to be able to go down the street together. No, we're not going shopping. We ain't going to lunch. We ain't going nowhere. Let me see. Okay, I remember from talking, her talking to one of them. Yeah, that pimp and hoe conversation. That was exactly what it sounded like. I was like, girl, tell the whole story. Don't just don't just stop short of saying it, because we want to hear. Dark past. Wade scars me. I know. Yeah, I listened to one the other day and I said, I'm going to have to stop, because it was one that Phone Calls from Prison put on the Patreon. Y'all, it was so, did y'all, tell me, did anybody hear it? It's on Phone Calls from Prison Patreon. And it was one of those, we'll call it phone intimacy. Did anybody hear it? Well, if you didn't hear it, don't. It's horrible. It is horrible. I've never heard anything like it. I certainly have never seen anything like what they were describing. It was so horrible. I need to get on my knees after listening to Wade calls. Yeah, don't go on Patreon and listen to what he's talking about on those Patreon calls that Phone Calls from Prison put up, like in the last, I'm gonna say 2 or 3 days. But she did say, she put trigger warnings on them. So just don't do it, because it definitely, like, I wished I hadn't listened to that. It was horrible. It was really, really horrible. And it was supposed to be phone intimacy. And it was It was so bad. It was like somebody describing to you how they're going to take you out. And it was supposed to be, some kind of sexy time, but rather everything that he was describing was you weren't going to be here afterwards. It was horrible. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. I wished I hadn't. I was just like, oh wow, what are they, who I thought it was Kristen. And so sometimes I listen to the Kristen stuff and I know that Kristen wants to be off YouTube, and of course nobody's going to take her off if she's on the calls. If she's on the calls, she getting ready to be on YouTube. So I thought it was like a Kristen situation. And it was not Kristen, it was some other lady. Hello, Mrs. C60 Virgo. Hey, happy birthday season, of course. I heard a little of the first one. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. And like she said, one of them, she said it gets worse toward the end. So I think what happens is like it got worse toward the end, and then it was the second or the third call was like the full blast of the worst scene of that you could like ever imagine. And he was just describing it all out, and the lady was just into it, like she was really into it. And I was like, if this was happening, you wouldn't make it out. You do know that, don't you? Like, what are you so excited about? Because this is not something that you could get up from, lady. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people be thinking. I like true crime stories, but these people are so dark. It is. It is. Yeah, to the point to where you really just have to back away from it, because that's like I'm saying, like, you don't know these people. If you know somebody like this, I feel like if you actually knew somebody like this, they would have already been caught for something. Pretty soon, because they wouldn't be around. But yeah, you don't know these people, so it is it's so foreign the way that they operate, and it's just so bad. So yeah, no. But yeah, has anybody found out what they charged Diddy with? Because they just saying he got arrested. There was charges. And he was anticipating the charges, and he had moved to New York in anticipation of the charges. His lawyer says he's an innocent man. I had to stop reading when I heard that. Are we talking about Diddy or Nesto? These are acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. It was not immediately clear on what charges the rapper turned music mogul was arrested, but it comes amid a wave of lawsuits filed against him alleging, assault, SA, and ongoing federal investigations. So they didn't say what the charges are in this report. Let's see. Yeah, beyond foreign. He said, please go get Jay-Z next. Yeah, his lawyer said he's an innocent man. And I'm like, you could have said that before everybody saw him, you know, beat that woman down in the hallway. But can you really say that? I mean, I know he didn't get a criminal charge for it, but can you really say that at this point he is not a criminal? Because those were certainly crimes, he just didn't get charged for them. So, yeah, they done finally made a move on Diddy. So I guess that would be why. I feel like I saw somewhere where one of those houses was like abandoned from ever since from when they raided it. So I guess that would probably be one of the reasons why he probably been knowing that they were gonna charge him. Been knowing. But yeah, there was one thing I wanted to say, and then I guess I'll get off of here and try to get ready for work tomorrow. But so right before, not right before, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know, a couple of months before I heard that what eventually happened to Kevin Samuels, yeah, the twins, that is, because they are so young. Have they hit 18 yet? I feel like they're probably 18 or 18 this year. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible because they're still young girls, but I'm glad that this didn't happen when they were, even younger. But yeah, so probably everybody knows who Kevin Samuels was. And I used to hear about his content and I would see some clips of it, but I'm really not trying to support somebody that I don't support. So I would never go to his channel. I would just see like what he was saying, or if somebody did some content off of something that he said. One time I did a video after he did the one where he told the lady she was average at best. I remember having some commentary after that video. And then, yeah, this year, 18. And then after that, it was just like over, I don't know, maybe a year's time or so, it just kept ramping up. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And you would see that he was starting to have like a more and more and more devastating effect on women. And I remember being at, so y'all know I've had some heart issues. And so I remember being at the cardiac rehab, and the lady that was, like they'll come around and check your vitals and stuff while you're walking on the treadmill. You have somebody like checking on you the whole time you're in there going through your whole little routine. So she was a young lady and everything. And one day, I don't know what made her start telling me, but she was telling me that she looked at him. Maybe it was something that she said, and I felt like, oh, that sounds like that rhetoric, that they talk. And so she was telling me something. Sorry, I'm getting to that point where I need water. She was telling me something, and I realized that she was getting that, like she was listening to that content. And then she actually even said like his name, that she's learned a lot from watching his channel. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. And then she was even talking to a man that, he knew about the content too. Basically what I got from the conversation was like, she was trying to like mold and shape shift herself around his teaching, whatever he was teaching women over there, or trying to get them to understand. And I felt really bad for her. I didn't want to really talk about it because, once somebody starts getting programmed by somebody, it's kind of hard to come in and tell them, no, 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 don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. That's dangerous. So, anyway, that was one thing that just made me personally feel bad because she was a really sweet, really pretty young lady. And I was just like, oh no. You know, and the things that she was saying, they weren't even like good things, like the way that you should be. It just seemed like she was confusing herself. Then I heard he started telling people that if you go out on a date past 5 p.m., was it 5 p.m. or 3 p.m.? Yes, she was young. She was, I don't know, I would say she was under 28, probably anywhere from 25 to 28. And so, dang, I looked at the chat and like, where was I? Anyway, going out, he was telling women, if you go out on a date with a man after like 3 p.m. or 5, might have been 5 p.m. If you go out with a man after 5 p.m., expect, we're going to call it intimacy, to be on the menu. And if you don't expect to have to do something, if you go out with a man past 5 p.m., then you are being unrealistic with yourself. I'm like, who goes out on a date before, I don't know, the movies start at like 6:30, 7:30, dinner time. Dinner time is, 7:30, maybe even 8 p.m. Like, who's going on dates early in the day like that? In the words of Nesto, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. It was horrible. And I guess when you just add it all up, and the whole, like, that whole community of people misleading, I don't know, just degrading women and then misleading them and just giving them this whole like brainwashing. It was like, this is terrible. And a lot of women were just starting to feel hopeless, like, oh, well, look at me, nobody wants me. I feel like I heard of some people, like taking their own lives. I can't cite a specific instance, but I feel like I did hear about people, kind of like immersing themselves into that content so much so that they would start to feel hopeless and then take themselves out of here. And at some point I was like, you know what? If this man doesn't turn this around soon, and I don't profess myself to be a prophet or anything like that. I'm not like a seer, like I have a cousin that, she does, spiritually, she will, I don't know if she sees it. I don't know if she has visions. All of a sudden she'll just know like something is going to happen. But I've never known myself to have that gift. If something like that kind of comes over me, it is just kind of like something that I just know from understanding how things work more so than catching a glimpse of like, oh, this is going to happen. But just me knowing how things happen. How if you put this ingredient in with this ingredient and eggs and water and oil and a little chocolate, like you gonna have, brownie batter or whatever. Like, I just know what makes what, I guess you would say. And I was like, you know what? If this man is misleading, like he's causing a lot of damage. He is causing a lot of damage. A lot of people are listening to him. A lot of people, men are looking at their women sideways. Women are coming under this condemnation. If he does not change this quickly, he's going to meet his demise. And the only reason I felt like I knew it was gonna be demise is because you are causing people to, like you're ruining families, you're ruining people's mental wellness. You're causing so much discord in marriages and stuff like that. If you don't stop this and turn this around quickly, you're gonna meet your demise, because the seed that you're sowing it at such a rapid clip. Like, you're on social media, you're putting this out, it's going out to so many people, it's multiplying itself, you're affecting so many people. This is a seed. And you know how when you plant like one little lemon seed, you get a whole like lemon tree and lots of lemons. Like, this is really, this is a terrible, terrible thing that you're sowing into the lives of so many people. And they're listening to you for whatever reason. They have faith, not just the men, but I met a lady that like is going by what you say. And if you don't stop, and I think I privatized, because I did a whole video, but I think I privatized it. I have to go look and see if I still, did I erase it? But whatever it was and whatever I said, I just remember that was the sentiment that I had, and that's what I felt like. This is what I want to say on my platform. You need to stop, because this is not going to end well for you. And if that man didn't have whatever that thing that happened to him, heart attack or whatever happened, within probably like 6 months of all of that starting to unfold, his popularity was just going up and up and up and up and up. And he was just saying worse and worse and worse things to people, causing so much people to just think about their relationships and being in relationship and what they can do and what they can expect and what they have to do if they want somebody and all this type of stuff. I was like, this is not going to end well. And it absolutely didn't. And today, when that thing happened with the whole court, and when I was thinking about how Sonia had to have spent that thing to that attorney probably over and over and over and over, whatever she was doing and saying, and her and her cohorts and everything. I feel that same way. Even though it's not as big, even though it's not as magnified, it's something about it that feels the same. And I think it's because it's gone on so long. These people have continued to help add fuel to this fire, feeding it, never just blaming everybody else, never accepting any responsibility. Oh, it's not my responsibility to stop talking. It's not my responsibility to stop showing up. That's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to tell this man, hey, I don't want to be involved in this. And I'm just like, I have the same feeling. I have this same feeling, because now you've started to damage somebody that you actually served yourself up to. And now you want to hit back at the wrong people. When you served yourself up to them, you put yourself in their comments, you put yourself in their line of vision, you put yourself on one of the biggest platforms on social media, you served yourself up, and now you wanna hit people hard and tell where people are and tell people's whole name and try to drag them into a situation that they shouldn't be in. You want to deflect what you should have taken a hold of and put down. You should have taken yourself and put yourself down, but instead of taking yourself and having some self-discipline, you want to take somebody else who don't really have nothing to do with it. Like, you put yourself out here to be talked about within this case and within this whole story. And you would rather deflect that onto somebody else because you didn't do what you could have done? Okay, whatever happens that's what's going to happen. And it's not going to come from a person. It's not going to come from anybody per se. This is going to be the fruit of your own labor, lady, and everybody who's involved. It's going to be the fruit of y'all's own handiwork. That's what it's going to be. This is what you've sown over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you're about to see how it's going to turn out. And it's not going to end well because nothing about it with these people's actions has been right or any type of way accepting my part of this situation and doing what I could do to put it down if I don't like it. So it's like, okay, well, I guess you're going to have to get the fruit of that harvest. You're going to have to get the fruit of that harvest. And it works that way for everybody. Nobody gets to escape that. Whether you believe in anything higher than yourself or not, it does not matter. What is higher than yourself is in place for everyone. Like the word says, it rains on the just and the unjust. Nobody gets a chance to escape how things go. If you jump out of an airplane, you're going to fall. Nobody cares if you believe in gravity or not. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that is that same. I'm trying to get to where I left off. That is that same, I don't know what you call it. I felt the same way that I felt about Kevin Samuels oh so long ago. The one who's not with us anymore. Okay, you said, I forgot to mention, I'm heading on a cruise. Oh, yay! In November. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. I'm so glad that you did that. You said you used to cruise all the time, but took a long break. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting back to, I don't know, living your life and having a good time and doing what you like to do. That is so good. Let's see. He was fake, and a fraud, and he was caught up in a whole lot of pay-for-play situation. Yeah, and think about all the people. It's just so, it's just so much that can be said about that. Like all the people that were shape-shifting themselves around what he was saying. And, you know, honestly, the man was just saying whatever he thought he needed to say in order so that he could make him some money. But you don't do people like that, you know, because you just don't do people like that. You need to find another way to get that done rather than, get people's attention and then turn them upside down, tell them the wrong way to go, and then lead a whole bunch of people off in the wrong direction. You just don't do people like that. Yep. It was all fun and games in the beginning. Cobb County is going to baptize that ass. And I don't know, she better I don't know. If I was her, I'd be looking out for a lot of things. A whole lot of things. Will Wooten might figure out some kind of way to see about her. So I'm taking my daughter for her birthday. Oh, that is so good. Well, y'all have a good time. Have a safe trip. I hope everything goes well and you get to go to your ports. How many ports are y'all going to? Yep, and even if you don't get off, I know I was looking at a cruise video the other day, and they were saying like a good way to get to do a lot of things on the cruise that sometimes are too crowded is just to skip one of the port days and stay on the ship. And then you'll be able to take advantage of all the stuff that was real crowded. All right. Oh, that's going to be nice. I haven't been to the Bahamas or Half Moon Cay. Yeah, I haven't taken that. We did the Western Caribbean and Mexico. And this last one was just only Mexico. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to leaving out of Miami at one of those Florida ports. I usually leave from Galveston because I'm in Texas, but I don't want to leave from Galveston this time because it's so limited. So I want to leave from Florida next time. Yes, the kids are back in school. Yes, because when I tell you it was just too much going on my cruise. I mean, I still enjoyed it, but I just kept feeling like I will never do a holiday cruise again because it is just too many people. I was like, are we safe? I mean, it just feels like it's just people everywhere. And all of those, the burger lines were long. Every time you go to get a burger, it was just long. I'm like, ooh, I will not come on a holiday like this again. Oh, you're in Miami. Oh, you're so lucky. Lucky. You live somewhere with a beach. Oh my goodness. I love the water. Love it, love it, love it. And I went to, where did we go? We went to Orlando and then we drove to Clearwater and Cocoa Beach. So I don't know if you've ever been to Cocoa Beach before, but I think the deal is that Cocoa Beach is on the Gulf side of the ocean and Clearwater is on the Atlantic, Pacific, whatever. So it was a lot better beach in Clearwater than Cocoa. So if I had known Cocoa Beach was like that, I think I would have just gone to Clearwater for both of the times that we went to the beach while we were there. I used to work for Carnival. Okay, yeah, I remember you saying that. And then, okay. Yeah. Okay. So what did you think about Cocoa Beach? Maybe I didn't go to the right part, but I didn't like that beach. I I probably would not go back just because it just wasn't, and it rained that day. So that didn't make it any better. But Clearwater was real, real, real nice. I really liked that one. And then I haven't been to Miami. I've been to Pensacola. That was a beautiful beach too. Um, I just didn't really like, I didn't feel comfortable in Pensacola. It felt, um, I didn't feel welcome. I didn't feel real welcome in Pensacola, if you know what I mean. It's okay. Just something to do. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. It probably would have been a whole lot nicer as far as if it was just a nice sunny day, it probably would have felt a whole lot better. Oh, yes, that water, the sand was so nice. The water was clear and pretty. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think I went there at the wrong time of year again, though, because it rained. It didn't start out raining in Clearwater, though. It was real nice outside at first. And then it started raining after we had been there a while. So it was probably just the wrong time of year. I have to do a little bit better research, but really we just have to go when we can go because we have these preset vacations. So we just have to go when it's, when you get the time to go. But all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get out of here. It's really nice, especially, okay, is that Halover Beach? You can walk pretty far and still be waist deep. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. If you, well, I guess not scared of the water, but if you don't swim or can't swim and but I don't know. If I couldn't swim, I wouldn't want to go out that far. I would not want to go, but yeah, I would love it though, because I'll go out pretty far as long as I don't know, I guess as long as I have somebody out there with me, because then I start thinking about the ocean life when I get out too far. That's good. That is so good. Yeah, I don't know, I'm one of these people that I don't feel like it's vacation unless I'm near the beach, going to the beach, somewhere with a good pool. I know I always look at the pools when I go, even sometimes I don't even use them, but I just want to know it has a good pool or it's a beach place. That's good. That is really good. Yeah, I don't know if I told this story, but oh my gosh. When we were on the cruise, my husband, thank God he had a life jacket on. He doesn't swim. I'm like, can I get you to go take some swimming lessons, sir? So he went out, he came out. I went out with our son, and because he wanted to go get on one of those climbing, those big slide things, and it was out a little bit far. So I swam out there with him, and for whatever reason, my husband, even though he doesn't swim, but he had his life jacket on, thank God, he came walking out that way. And I don't know if he thought that he could the water wasn't gonna drop off. I don't know what he thought. But he came walking out, and then at some point, the life jacket, caught him up because he wasn't on on land anymore under his feet. And so he was floating at some point. So my son was like, I couldn't climb that thing. It's too much going on. So I was just hanging on to the edge. And at some point, my son said, "Mom, you better go see about Dad, because I don't think he could stand up. He's floating." So I looked and I was like, "What is he doing out here?" And so I swam and grabbed his life jacket and swam back to where we could both stand up. I was like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?" And oh my goodness. And in Mexico, I didn't even see nobody that even remotely resembled a lifeguard. So that would have been a mess. Yeah, the waves took him. I said, yeah, well, you're going to need some swimming lessons, because he used to like be where he wouldn't even get in the water. Now, he would just get in like right at the little beach part. But now he'll walk on in there, and I'm like, yeah, but you need to definitely have on a life jacket, have it on good, and go ahead and learn how to swim. But anyway, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to end my life. I think I said I was gonna end this stream almost 30 minutes ago. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. So my disclaimer, I never wish anything bad on anybody. Like I said, I guess my hope would be that people would like see the light and like see the error of their ways and straighten themselves out some kind of which way, if at all possible, because it's not for one person or any certain group of people. Like, people have grace, and sometimes things happen and you're like, oh wow, it looks like sometimes people didn't get any grace at all. And then sometimes people have a grace in a situation for a long time, and then one day, either they do something with the time, or the grace, I don't know how that works. It seems like it cuts off at some point, it seems like. And when you're looking at a person that got shot several times, I should have said pow pow, but I'm so far into the stream, I don't, But anyway, looking at somebody that has been in, not even that, has been in so many of her own admission, right? Has been in so many threatening situations, and you hadn't gotten it yet, and now you just messing with people for the hell of it because of your own actions, irritation, hard way to go. I don't know, but I just think you can't, you can't keep it up, and it's not gonna end well. And I don't know what that means, but like I said, when I sort of get that feeling, I almost feel like an obligation to say something, or like, I don't know, I'm passionate about it. I feel like I just have to say that. But not that anybody's gonna listen to me or take heed. I'm just saying, you can only go with certain things but so far, because we do things, it sows a certain seed, it reaps a certain harvest. It is what it is. Okay, good night, Miss Sunshine. And everybody else who hung in there with us, yes, please take swimming lessons. Yes, you know what? I probably will try to see if maybe he might go do that at a natatorium somewhere, because that did scare me a little bit. It did, because I can swim, but I've never had to like swim and try to save somebody. So, and he wasn't panicking or anything, but probably because he was just holding his composure. But yeah, that scared me a little bit. But anyway, thank y'all so much for stopping by and chatting with me and listening to my rantings. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. Have a good night.